Reserve time.
Plays sometimes. Who else is there?
Oh, they banned TA.
TA's decent.
She's been
but
really
still
popular on the
not-
Dire side. So
Yeah.
strong for taking Roche early.
I think they can do Roche fairly easily without it. I think Luna and Dazzle's already enough. I'm trying to think of any other good ones besides Puck.
Well, Empire, 92 and 27 in this patch. More games played than any team. They're 19 and 0 with Marana. Do we see a Marana here?
It's not bad. Good setup with Shadow Demon. Not the best lockdown.
It seems like the
but
Puck is just a much safer choice as well.
Yeah.
It's a guaranteed initiation, guaranteed lockdown. But that hero is out there as an undefeated hero for them in this
Reserve
patch.
time.
And they can also like choose to take a fight before MVP Phoenix gets that are like real big items. Yeah, Puck is
Like you said, I think it's just the
choice.
most synergistic pick.
Yeah.
Gives you lockdown for Storm, gives you team fight with the Centaur and the Luna ultimate, and
and it's a resolution hero.
yes. And it's on land too. Puck stronger on land.
Use global to like counter initiate a stampede or something like that, it's gonna be pretty darn rough. MVP Phoenix, like what's their best way to initiate a team fight? Like Storm jump, like he can get Centaur caught out or Puck caught out, and if he's caught in any of those, he's probably gonna die. Or Nyx can go in, but Empire is.
But what if you're
Gonna be
using it
prepared.
offensively though?
If you're
you
using it
global
offensively.
and then Storm zips in, you ancient apparition.
All right, they'll BKB. They'll have BKB though. It's decent. It's kind of interesting because I think Empire's like the only other team that uses Silencer, so kind of.
Are you ready?
They also know how to play against it.
All right, guys, it's our opening match of Star Ladder Season 9, the LAN Finals, the first ever global Star Ladder event here live in Kiev, Cybersport Arena, and it's time for Empire versus MVP. Both teams making their first move onto the big stage. We'll see a level 1 smoke gank from Empire. Silent will be playing your Luna, Mag on that offlane Centaur, Vangscore playing the Dazzle. You have always want to fly on the Shadow Demon. They make their move towards the Radiant Jungle, and last but not least, Resolution, who's been in a lot of ways just one of the most impressive solo mids in Europe over the past 4 or 5 months as your solo mid Puck. And on the Radiant side, the boys who nobody's giving a great shot, the dark horse for this event. Oh, they could get caught out here. Heen playing your Silencer, Ryzen on the Ancient Apparition, and Empire's
see him.
looking for an opening. Can they get in range though? Heen.
Smoke's about to pop in like 2
Oh, they've got the disruption. This could be it. This could well be our opening kill of the event. Heen slow down. Can they actually get any sort of lockdown off? One more right click. Heen gonna fall. First blood to Empire. That was a very unexpected move, but it works out. The angle they took in the enemy jungle was quite unusual. Normally, you see teams go the other direction, just like straight up in, and maybe set up a trap over here or in this area, but they caught them with their pants down.
MVP Phoenix, they have to be more careful. Like usually you stand right here. If you stand right here, there's like almost no way they can approach you from the fog. If you have someone standing over here too to check from over here. And
Which is not what you want to do against smokes.
You can't do that.
Maybe if you have a ward around the trees or something, like if they've dropped a ward here, but even then, that's a ward that they could catch you placing. So, well, with that being said, we introduce MVP now. Not the best start for them. Heen on your Silencer, Ryzen that support Ancient Apparition. He was sensational on Sand King earlier in Korean Dota League action. March playing your Death Prophet. They're going to safe lane the Death Prophet. That will put QO, probably the biggest playmaker on this team, onto your solo mid Storm, and then in the off lane goes for Ev as the Nyx assassin. Up against the safe lane Centaur, he is going to have his work cut out for him here.
I also don't think Death Prophet is terribly great in a tri-lane. She really needs levels. It kind of reminds me of like Morphling or Storm Spirit. You kind of just like leave them to their own devices and hope that they're not going to offensive try you, but Empire's offensive try is pretty damn strong. So
do you think there's a better way they could lane it with their draft or just the draft? Because, I mean, you put the Storm here, that hero's probably even more vulnerable in the lane.
Well, you saw Empire's tri-lane from the get-go, right? They drafted a Dazzle, a Shadow Demon,
and a Luna in the first 3 picks.
Yeah, so it's 3 range heroes. They have a lot of damage output, and they have very good level 1. That's something that they saw very early, and they kind of I would say it's a kind of poor draft against it if they wanted to do a tri-lane with a Death Prophet. They picked a Death Prophet, they could easily have put her mid. It's a decent matchup versus Puck if Empire wanted to pick that up afterwards. I would have liked to see something more aggressive. I'd say, like Death Prophet and Silencer, they're just not the best level 1. Silencer, he went Glaze of Wisdom at level 1. March, all he has is what, Carrion Swarm. It's a okay, mediocre nuke at level 1.
The other thing, Ben, which you touched on, is the importance of BKB this game. Once Luna gets a BKB, maybe you have Centaur go for one a bit later on, but just having a single BKB, that makes your global silence quite useless as long as you just reserve it for after the global gets popped. And MVP, almost entirely nuke damage. Maybe they get some hexes later on, but a BKB Luna is going to be god in this particular game. Resolution, diving mid, he's got an orb available. Going to go for the solo kill. Q hits him with the orb, and Resolution delivers, just making mid speed out. Meanwhile, bottom laner, HF version also going to fall. Empire just crushing through MVP. Oh, this could be a very quick game one at the rate it's going.
Yeah, Chilling Touch is nice in a tri-lane, but it's not enough. You need something to set it up. Just something as simple as a Venge Stun would have done. But as it stands, MVP kind of getting rolled in 2 of the 3 lanes.
And this mid lane is a lane where once you start dying, as the Storm Puck gets so fast level 6 before your ultimate, you keep on dying. This is trouble for him.
Yeah, he was a little slow on his bottle. He didn't actually have his bottle for that engagement, which is a little unfortunate.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, there's a disruption, and we'll look to bring March down here. The heal, I think, was just a tiny bit late. Didn't do enough damage anyway. Now always want to fly. Oh, one more right click. Can't quite get the kill. And he will survive in the end. Did the heal bomb actually hit March fully?
No, it didn't. Okay. It was at least a second late.
So Empire also a little bit, well, I wouldn't say edgy, but just a tiny bit of mistiming there in the laning stage. Nonetheless, though, you know, the other concern for MVP is this ward. Like, anytime Ryzen tries to come around the tree line, do a little harassment with the Chilling Touch, they can just disrupt him and go on him.
Oh, and they can't pull.
Yeah, that's the other big issue.
Well, and we don't see any Magics up, I believe, in Empire tri-lane. I think they really need one versus Curse of the Silence. He's actually going for that build instead of the Last Word build. Mag also has a Orb of Venom, which is somewhat unusual in this one-on-one matchup. I think Centaur already beats out Nyx. But
instead, you can just get your Tranquil Boots faster, you think, and maybe a bottle.
Or just save for your Blink.
Yeah.
Even.
Well, the other thing for the MVP tri-lane...
He's going on him.
Oh, top lane. Can Forev actually get picked off here? There's a level 3 double edge. No, Mag not going to be able to chase him down. You know, I mentioned the vision for Empire being good. The other problem is MVP have no vision. They just dropped this ward down now, but they didn't know the Shadow Demon was healing, and I guess the other issue is even if they did, they can't kill the Shadow Demon because how do they actually get a kill in this tri-lane? They have no lockdown, really.
Yeah, it all started off at level 1. They can't let Empire just take complete control of their jungle. They need to know where their obs wards are, at least get a hint of where they are. It looks like he may die.
They're going to go in bottom lane. Can they get the ward crest surround here? It's a perfect surround. Great play from Empire. However, we always want to fly, dropping quite fast, and now Silent trying to bring him down on the retreat out. Can March escape? March will go down, and now they look for heat, and this could be a double kill. It will be a double kill. Oh, Empire just cleaning house in this aggressive tri-lane. MVP. That was only with 2 heroes there. They didn't even have the Dazzle until later on.
Poor Death Prophet going to damage control build. She spent all her gold on TP scrolls when he got back. It's like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to save up for any sort of boost.
Now you're nowhere near whatever it is. The first blades of attack, working towards the phase boots.
Magic Stick.
Magic Stick in the tri-lane, which they still only have 2, and one of them's on the Storm. So only 1 Magic Stick in the tri-lane.
Well, yeah, things are going very poorly for them. Looks like Pucks won't be rushing Blink, will be going Power Treads instead. I think once Empire gets 2 Blinks, though, 1 on Centaur, 1 on Puck, MVP is just kind of going to crumble. I don't even know when Silence is going to hit level 6. It's probably going to be a while. He's actually rotating to the off lane to maybe they can get a kill on Mag. But Mag is level 6 now. He has Tranquil. He has Salve to full, so he's not an easy kill by any stretch.
And this is a level 3 Silencer. And as soon as they see, if they see this Silencer, they're going to go on bottom immediately. So MVP are going to have to play this very carefully. As Heen does wrap around, there's a tiny push under the tower. We'll deploy an Observer Ward for now. Yeah. Seems like the thinking might be the tri-lane's over. Let's at least get some levels. But bottom lane, another disruption. The heal bomb, that's on the mark. Look at the damage from Empire. Then a Centaur ult for good measure, as Mag will beat a hasty retreat in the top lane. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, 2-0 dropping low. He does have his ultimate available. Resolution could chase this, but with some bottle charges here from QO, should be absolutely fine. We'll see a 6-minute rune contest, but Resolution, if he just gets off the silence here, might be enough for the kill. Orb's gonna fly, and he's gonna keep on chasing. Will he drop the coil? QO still is modded, gives him the runaround, and he's gonna find a haster. They'll zip right out of the coil, dodges the break damage, gets the haster. Nicely played by QO. Well, he gets the rune, but now he's got no mana to use it with.
Yeah, nicely played indeed. I think MVP, they just got a little bit too far behind, and they have to kind of go in damage control mode right now. They even thought there was going to be an offensive try with his Observer Reward, and just things not going well at level 1. I don't really know how they're going to kill Centaur, though. He's still just chilling up here.
To go back to your point about the levels, Heen has hit level 4, but until he hits 6, how does this team really start fights? Maybe with Vendetta, but as long as Empire's prepared with sentries, then Storm just initiates with no global. And like you mentioned, they've got so much counter initiation. Centaur ultimate if they want to run, Shadow Demon disruption into a Puck silence or just a heal bomb if they want to try and kill him. And the Storm's got to be very nervous about just getting burst down. So they really need these levels on the supports, but They've been quite hard to come by with how the tri-lane started.
Nyx also didn't go mana burn at all too, so that cuts down on their burst. I think the strength of their team is lots of burst though. Storm jump into Nyx combo, etc.
Oh, they're going to find bank score here with the initiation. They do burst him now with the Vendetta. Nicely played by Furev. However, Mag has his ultimate in 3 seconds. Stomp, looks for the double edge. He gets pulled in by QO. Says, get out of here, Furev. I got your back. But the Sentinel comes through. And Mag just starts diving forward, walks into an Opale. Suddenly MVP. Some signs of life. A pulse for this team. They pick up 2 kills. However, they did lose their Death Prophet mid lane. And the Death Prophet struggles also continuing here. Doesn't even have phase boots. We're 8 minutes in.
Silencer getting that int. He kind of needs that though. And now he almost has boots, so he's getting close to level 6. I think level 6 will be a very important point for MVP though. They can easily get kills with the storm jump. Here they go.
QO still diving resolution, but not going to commit to this chase. Well, Empire on placing some aggressive wards of their own. They've dropped down a ward in the enemy jungle. MVP not really a team that uses the woods too effectively is their other issue here, so they can't catch up that easily. Always want to fight. Just going to spot off Furev and probably goes with the disruption. No, he's a bit late. There's Vendetta in 15 seconds. And the Carapace is available as well, but can Storm get in range? No, Storm all the way at the top rune, so that'll be the end of that.
Yeah, I think if you were checking bottom, that might have been a kill for them. March on bottom. A little bit of trouble. Looks like Luna is already level 6. Death Prophet almost there. Looks like he's going for phase boots. That's going to be late. I think they need a mech very early too if MVP wants to start winning some.
One. Oh, mid lane, dip in, initiation, resolution, right while he orbed. Can they burst him down? Oh, they don't just have the lockdown for it. Only a level 3 pull. I think if that's level 4, his orb would have ended. He wouldn't have been able to phase shift out. Or drawn out, rather.
Yeah.
Perhaps looking for a kill mid.
Dyer's middle tower
so
is
looking
under
next to level 7, yeah, as you said, looking for a kill. They need level 6 on AAL too. It'll just make these snipes a lot easier. Centaur still trying to farm his Blink Dagger. He's about halfway there. We see a couple of smokes coming out on Team Empire.
Yeah, and I guess the one piece of good news for MVP is Silent isn't getting super farmed. Normally when he goes safe lane, he goes early Midas, early Dominator, Yasha right away, and just goes ultra greedy. They do have that single stack,
March
but there's
so
a smoke bottom. Now this Death Prophet, the struggles continue. Hasn't even got to use an ultimate yet this game. Just gets blown up by Empire. And your puck, I mean, it's just too easy. Meanwhile, top lane, there's a disruption, and they get up the Stomp double edge team, running north, but he can't quite get out. The Stomp is going to come through. Now the double edge, Mag secures the kill. However, always want to fly, will go down as the return, so.
Yeah, they missed the Stomp post disruption, but they were trying to dodge the Nyx stun. Oh, I mean, they still...
Are they committing to this kill? They could drop a Remnant here, get some vision on Mag behind the tower, and Mag's in a bit of trouble. There's that. Out comes your stun. Can they burst him down? Yes, they can. Suddenly, the Storm's on a killing spree.
Where's the TP? Where's like Dazzle?
I think did they use their TPs to go
Dazzle doesn't even have a TP in his inventory. I fully expected him to TP there. That was a very aggressive dive, and Mag needs his Blink Dagger up ASAP. That's a pretty crucial kill.
Shadow Demon did not have gold. He just bought a smoke, and yeah, Vank Score doesn't have a TP slot. And they'll rotate to the top lane. The Death Prophet first use of the game. They'll be looking for a tower here. Empire normally at this stage they'll be trading with like the Resolution Invoker, maybe a Necro 1's online, but they're not getting any trades. MVP strike first in terms of towers, and the Koreans are really bouncing back after an atrocious beginning.
Radiant's bottom tower is fading.
Yep. Silent looks like he's going for a HOD too, so not even an early fighting build against MVP's.
Oh, this is Silent, man. It's always a Midas, a Dominator. He loves to go greedy on his Luna. Top lane.
I think they might suffer in the mid game because of it.
No Ancient Apparitional, unfortunately. Furev unable to get the solo kill there.
Is under attack.
It came close, though. So, overall, the towers get traded now. Tier 1 safe lane for both teams has fallen. Ben, what's the next step for MVP? Because most people look at this team like, oh, they don't have a shot, but they've shown quite a good start. So, what is the next step for them to keep the fight up and really take it to Empire?
I think they just need to use their ultimates to get a kill, like Vendetta into AA Blast and just snipe kills that way. They can't really fight Empire right now because Puck is closing in on his Blink Dagger. He'll have in just 200 gold, and at this point I think that Empire is much, much stronger in 5-on-5s and on ganks too, so MVP just has to be very, very careful about the situations that they choose to go on. They need to, I think, kill Luna a lot before she gets BKB. They also need to get this Orchid up on Storm. That's going to be pretty important for them.
Oh, this is a tough kill here. There's a haste and a resolution.
He bought his Blink anyways.
Still killing him, it means he's not coming for you with that. would be a good start. They zip in on him. Can they get him right now? He gets off the silence. Global is too late. Oh, the Global just a split second late. And QO's fully committed to this one. Zips in incredibly deep. Can they get off a disruption? Resolution on the hunt. He's got a coil here. He's got to wait for the silence to cool down. 5 seconds. Now the Centaur ult. And the Orb's going to follow him. A double zip, but it's just not enough. Out of mana now. Coil connects on 2. And QO tries to duke it out. He's still alive. Pops the stick charges. Can't stay alive in the end. And MVP do get the return kill. But Resolution, he senses opportunity. He sees blood in the water, and he's, nope, not going to go any further. They don't have the Centaur here. The Luna isn't with them yet. Speaking of the Luna, Silent, was he just farming the Ancients? He almost died, it looked like.
I was not checking, but
double blink now. Double blink.
That's how hard it is to kill a puck without a blink dagger with a smoke.
So to be fair, they should have just globaled when they zipped in. I don't know why they waited so long.
He should have globaled. Oh, they also didn't have a sentry up too, so now Empire's fully prepared. They have a sentry, they have the blink daggers, and now things are really scary for MVP. They kind of have to dodge fights for the next 5 minutes or just get solo kills in the side lanes. Just Storm Zip or a Vendetta into a ultimate where you don't think they'll have a sentry.
Resolution. Look at these flashy maneuvers. Orbs out, and then on his way out delivers the final auto attack. No chance in hell MVP can reply to that. Other thing is QO, with that aggressive dive, he's slowed down his Orchid timing quite a bit. If he gets a kill there, he's got Oblivion Staff #1, he's got the makings of the second, but instead still working on the first, and already your puck's got a Blink Dagger. So Resolution, this is where the Storm, you want him to have an Orchid by like the, I don't know, 17, 18 minute mark if he's having a good start, but he just hasn't kept the farm up that well, only 41 CS.
Yeah, now the Death Prophet pick, I think, falls a little flat because this is the time where you would normally push with a mech, get those early T1 towers with your Death Prophet ultimate, but right now they can't fight into Empire's double blink.
And Empire are looking to make something happen with that double blink. They've also got the Purge, the Shadow Demons hit level 6, and they'll make their move through the river, striking a course towards Radiant mid, no, towards Radiant bottom. It's March once again. Who's got to run? Empire, have they seen this retreat? They could commit to a kill here if they see him, but that would be a long dive, and looks like they won't go for it in the end. Although they came close, but they'll sweep around towards the lane and just camp out bottom. See if anybody gets caught out here.
I think they're going to smoke again, too. I think it was only a 3-man smoke, though.
They have Global here. Can they make something happen with the Global? March could be the bait, potentially. This could work out well, except QO is going to the bottom rune. He's checking for the 14-minute rune, does not find it. And all of a sudden, March might go down before his team arrives to help him out. In fact, they're not coming to March. March thinks he's safe. But I think he's wrong about that, Ben. There's your Shadow Demon Poison Touch. Now the blink in front of the puck. Coil's available. Drops it at max range as well. March, they're gonna fall. And he's probably just saying, where's the team when I need them? Can they turn this around?
They weren't on the same page.
Global silence comes out. They'll get always want to fly, but Vangscore TP's out. Resolution's gonna escape as well. The Storm zips in, but has no pull anyway. No way to cancel these TPs. That's a Global. They lose their Death Prophet. They only get a support. And Empire know the Global's down now for a solid 2 minutes.
MVP was pinging on the Ancient stack. They know that he went HOD. They know that he has a lot of Ancients. They can take it with Death Prophet ultimate, but Death Prophet was trying to bait them out. They're like, oh, we're going to counter Smoke Gang. And that would have been really good for them if they were sitting behind a Death Prophet and counter-initiated.
If they were like anywhere in these regions, that could have worked out beautifully, because you had Empire who were like all over here. Top lane, there's a dive up the Nyx Assassin. Now just dropping a tail. He's already used the Carapace, and Empire secure the kill. I don't think they've actually used an Eclipse yet this game. They haven't needed it, and still fighting the kill there. Tower's gonna fall. Silent missing on the last hit, but bottom lane always want to fly. Gets caught out MVP once again. Where there's a will, there's a kill. They'll find one there.
March is trying to solo push mid. If they have someone TP in, or if Centaur comes, he's dead.
This could be another kill onto March. He's 1 and 4. He thinks with showing 3 heroes bottom that Empire will move there to defend and not attack him, but he's wrong about that. He's about to be caught. Blink, stop, double edge. Double trouble. Another death. This Death Prophet 1 and 5. March is just struggling mightily.
You can't split push like that. They're trying to push bottom, and it's so easy to kill him mid. There's a T1 tower up there. They have 2 blinks. He's just underestimating the gank potential from Empire. And with Death Prophet ultimate down again, without even getting a tower, that's very, very bad for MVP. And yeah, they're just not making the best use of their ultimate. They global for one of the support kills. They Death Prophet ultimate for nothing pretty much. And now Empire just has so much map control. They bought a lot of space for Luna. I thought that she might be in a little bit of trouble because of the HOD, but her team has just been doing a fantastic job 4-on-5, and Silence has been doing a very good job of stacking too. This is a huge Ancient Kip. If MVP can contest this though, I think that they can get the farms they need. They can get that Orchid up on Storm Spirit, which is pretty important. I think he's going to need a BKB after, and Items are the name of the game here.
There's a smoke in from Empire, and meanwhile they've jumped on mid. They found the Storm. QO getting close, but doesn't yet have the Orchid, and will pay with his life. Just chain stun down. Meanwhile, the rest of the team makes their move towards bottom lane, pinging out for a secondary kill, and only now does MVP get their Blink Dagger on 4F. So 17 minutes in, your Centaurs had it for quite some time. They definitely need this to contest the Ancients, and like you said, they do see it. Silent, maybe think he just missed the timing. They've not dewarded this yet, but in fact he's wrong. It has been blocked by the ward. Are we gonna see another smoke? Another smoke from MVP. Global's online. They don't have the Storm here. They're smoking without him 17 seconds, or rather 8 seconds before he respawns.
This is such an important fight for them.
Can they find the initiation? Mag searching. He's already got a mech. He's not the target they want to start the fight on. Just too tanky to burst down, I feel, especially without the Storm. The Storm's going to TP in bottom, and suddenly the sprung. There comes the Impale, but it's connected on absolutely nothing, and now they're going to look to counter-initiate. Death Prophet ult was deployed, doing good damage. Suddenly the Eclipse, level 2 from Silent, blows up one. He does drop low, however, and your Death Prophet's a full HP. Now Empire might be forced to run. Death Prophet also retreat out. MVP get cold feet, and in the end, it's a Shadow Demon for Nyx. Eclipse was used, Death Prophet ult was used, Global Silence was used. The only thing that was not used there is that Centaur ultimate, and it's ready now, so this could be tricky for MVP to defend.
Yeah, it's going to be extremely difficult without Ghost. It is down right now, and I don't think they can do this. It was not a bad fight for them. 1-for-1's not that bad for them in this point in the game, but when you're using ultimates like that and just giving up a T2 immediately afterwards, not the best translation. Mag will have his mech up in about 10 seconds.
Another tower falls. Mag's going to pick it up. Resolution cleans up the wave, and the way to Roche lies open at this point. Tier 1's down mid, Tier 1 and Tier 2 both down bottom. MVP still no Orchid on QO. At the rate he started this game, I felt like he could have had a 15-16 minute Orchid, but those deaths in the mid game, Empire really punishing him, slowing him down, and they're going to have a hard time contesting this Roche. That's where they need the Global Silence to be right, and they've got to hit more than one hero during that time. Get a multiple hero Impale. Last fight for Ev, completely airballed. It didn't connect on anyone. And I feel like without the Impale hitting 2-3 heroes, the fights are just so difficult for MVP to take.
They need to get the jump on Puck. He was able to phase Blink, and they need the Global, I think, before that, just so they can just get a clean initiate on Resolution. Yeah, they might get a couple of they might take a couple of casualties afterwards, but so they failed to get the jump on Puck. I think that's the second time now. And Ancient Stack being taken down by Silent. Looks like they will actually finally be able to gather up as 5. Death Prophet ultimate is up in 10 seconds. Empire not really looking to take this fight with Silent, not in fighting position, no Eclipse up yet. And they can do Roshan at any time though. That's why I'm a little bit scared for MVP.
Yeah, and they know it too. This has to be their last smoke for some time. As we look at the Radiant smokes, yep, nothing in the stock. They see the Roche Ancients being taken, but with no Global here to initiate, it's such a dangerous jump. They do have their Orchid, however, and now the Blink from 4F. This could be good. Empire, somewhat in position, but there's an Invis Puck, and he's going to walk in, reveals the smoke. Resolution does, there's no zip in, Silence immediately. Global's just cooled down in the nick of time. They get the Impaled, always want to fly, burst him down. Silent might fall too. He gets Grave. Ancient Apparition ult is on him, though. I think he's going to melt. They'll lose their Luna here. Silent's going to drop 2 heroes dead. MVP finding the Ancients, finding the pickoff there with a nice Global initiation. However, can they kill them? Forever so deep, trying to drive Angskor out of the lane. The Ancients were, looks like, fully cleaned up. Did you see who got them? I think it was
all Luna.
All Luna, okay.
Yeah. She almost has her BKB, so she was able to buy out before she died.
Oh, she bought it. She's actually got it now.
Oh, yeah, she's still pretty darn big. They got there just a little bit too late. It was a nice try from Puck. I think if he had gotten there a tiny bit earlier, they would have been like, what the heck, who popped our smoke? And I don't think they have any reveal on them, so a little bit unfortunate for them, but at the same time, that was a very nice use of Global Silence from Heen. They finally got the jump that they needed before Empire could really do anything about it, and Empire was just sitting in there like, well, what do we do for our Shadow Demon? What do we do about our Luna? She doesn't have BKB, and she's going to fall, but now that she has BKB, they can certainly turn things around, even with a well-timed Global.
I am worried for the Storm, though. We've mentioned Kyo has had some trouble getting the Orchid up. Meanwhile, you look at Resolution's Puck, he's almost got a Scythe device. And once he gets that, Storm, even the Death Prophet are just going to be so vulnerable. The MVP don't have the great defensive supports. They don't have a Shadow Demon or a Dazzle. And if they get jumped by a Hex Puck, there is just nothing to bail them out.
I'm actually a little bit surprised he went for Orchid. I think the standard build against a couple of silences, Orchid and Silencer in this case, is usually a Yules, but if you're rich enough, why not?
On the Storm?
No,
on the Death Prop. Oh, on the Puck, okay.
Yes, yeah. Most
There's so many silences this game. You've got your Global and the Orchid from the Storm on the other side.
Yeah, you have 3 actually. I even forgot about the Death Prop.
Yeah, even the puck silence on the enemy team, soon the scythe to come out, so game was silenced. But Empire make their move into the pit now, and MVP, no global online for 15 seconds, really not much they can do to contest.
Has fallen to the dire.
And that's where Empire, just understanding the game, understanding the strength of their team, even if you get a few kills with global, they haven't done anything to address the Luna problem. Aside from the 1 kill, Silent still 5-1-3, half kill participation on the game. He's been an 8 of 16 and just absolutely free farming. And I really worry for MVP as he continues to get bigger.
The Obs order was just a little bit too late at the Ancient Stack. Had they stopped it at like 2, then...
Or just gotten there sooner on the gank and maybe killed them before the... Look at that zip in on mid. Huge initiation of resolution. What a global silence to set it up.
Oh,
that is how you do it.
He was right next to his scythe too. He's like 3,300 gold too.
That's how you do it. You just global and you zip in from halfway across the map. What does Puck do? He's got to actually have a ward up or have his whole team behind him. At least the Shadow Demon Dazzle.
They can still fight this without the Puck though. So they should be extremely careful. And he can
that
buy
Puck's
back.
got buyback. Yeah, this could be dangerous. Death Prophet ult is here. They'll blink in. Start with the Stomp of March, but there is a counter initiation from the Impale. Now for waiting on the Puck buyback here. Now the Centaur gets deployed. No buyback as of yet. Luna comes charging into the fray. Tries to bring down March. The Eclipse didn't quite do enough damage. Another Lucent Beam. Continues pursuit. Needs to pop a drum charge. March, don't panic, my friend. Pop the drum charge. He hasn't done it. Now we'll get Lucent Beam. No, he pops it at the last second. Fogs his way through the trees. There's a Blake forward from Matt. Traps himself in. Oy, oy, oy. Well, he was gone anyway. March, I feel like really playing with fire there, not using that drum charge, but makes it out in the end.
Yeah, that was really close, and that's not a terrible fight for MVP. They lost 1, they baited out a couple of ultimates, and they wasted Luna's big BKB charge, so generally when Luna's this stacked and has an Aegis, you're gonna lose a big team fight, but without Puck buying back there was no way that they could catch him out, and Puck's still about 500 gold away from that Scythe of Vice. Gem has been picked up by Shadow Demon, so again, Nick Assassin, he just can't get any clean jumps this game. He does have a blink finally, though.
Yeah, and if he blinks in, you just disrupt him and walk away. I mean, you don't have to worry about accidentally proccing the Carapace or anything like that. Just disrupt him, back off, and there's nothing he can do. So it'll be tough to get the initiation here. They really need the global to make it happen. It's Silencer's really their initiator. It's not the Storm. It's not even the Nyx. It's the Silencer. Global is what wins them these fights, and without the global, it's just tough to go in.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah,
is under
Sentinel's going for
attack.
BKB too. I thought he was going to finish up his pipe, but the silence is just a little bit too much.
Uh-oh. Resolution's found some food here. The MVP have detection. They got nothing. Zilch, squat, nada. And Resolution just fishing for an opening. 4F's jumped in, and Resolution just waiting. He wants that 3, 4, 5 hero coil. Might not even choose to go. Just spotting them out. They do have they have no clips here. So it might be a bit dangerous, but they have found on the backside the Death Prophet. Beautiful blink in. Mag's gonna catch that one. Suddenly Storm arrives though. Home silence out Resolution. The globals cool down. They kept March alive. They almost keep him alive the whole fight, but he does fall in the end. Gem's gonna hit the deck, and Resolution, well, he's got Silent backing him up here. QO gonna go down in the end. A 2-for-1. They kill off 2 cores. They do lose their puck. Did he buy a Scythe at time? No, once again, just a bit short on the gold. Did not purchase it in time.
Well, and Silencer also picked up the
enemy gem.
Picked up the gem. So this is where he needs a heal so he doesn't die, or something defensive, even a BKB, I guess. Unusual pickup for Puck.
Or it feels like they just need the Shadow Demon and Dazzle to have some way to deal with the silence, but they don't.
Can't.
Yeah, there's no Yules for them. It's tough.
They're going to go for BKB, but the main heroes have to be kind of self-sufficient right now. Luna is with BKB and Aegis. Centaur is just because he's tanky. He has 1700 HP, a cloak, and a mech, but Puck is the main target. He is going to keep dying. He just needs to farm a Scythe of Ice, too. If he had a Scythe of Ice, they can get a lot cleaner kills.
He's been so close for ages. It's like Empire may just want to not take a fight for some time.
I mean, it's only 300 gold now.
I know. At this point, it seems like he should get it before the next fight. But even then, MVP still has the tools to deal with him. The one thing is when they zip in, if he's really quick, maybe he gets off a Hex, although a good Storm player can just do the pull while you're zipping in and they can't target you, so we'll see if that actually happens. But some quick fingers could turn the fights around.
Stormspear almost has his BKB now, so it was a pretty slow Orchid, but his BKB's coming out very quickly after that. Nyx has a Dagon, and Silencer almost has his mech, if not already. AA almost has his Scepter too, so actually the items are kicking in for MVP. The mech is actually up.
Yeah, the one concern for them is still those 5-man fights. If they walk into Eclipse, multiple hero coil, Centaur, seems like they won't take that, not now. But their strength is just the pickoffs. Initiate with your global, find one hero, maybe take another 2 off the back of that, and just don't get caught in the big
4F, he might pop this smoke, or he might have scouted him out. I think he did scout him out.
Oh, he's hunting now. He's on the high ground too. Empire gonna make their move towards top, but this has all been spotted.
This is when they need the gem. They had Observer Ward up here too.
Yeah, losing the gem in the last fight comes back to hurt them. At the same time, the Apparition ult did fly top, not going to connect, and they won't get a kill here. So Empire, they'll push up the top lane. Aegis set to expire in about 1 minute. Your Storm BKB's out. At the same time, though, Empire with a 5-man in position. It all comes down to the global timing. Heen's going to be on the other side of the map, which means they may just give this up. They might not want to fight into the Aegis. Looks like that's the choice. Split push mid, pop your Death Prophet ultimate. However, Resolution might have something to say about this.
No gale can
No initiation yet.
Yeah, I think the TV back. I think that's Centaur ++ can kill him.
2 towers fall, 1 breach. Meanwhile, bottom lane, a big long-range initiation. Crit always one fight, but the grave is there. They didn't actually use the silencer ultimate. Now he's forced back. The Dire Courier gets picked off on the backside. That one going to the Nyx Assassin, and that had nothing on it, but still they lose the Courier. Well, the Storm went in, but they didn't use Global. Seemed like they didn't want to waste it for just a support kill.
I think it's worth it at that point because Empire can't fight without the Aegis, and Aegis is about to expire. So
and Apparition Eggs is up. This is big. Yeah, I think it is worth it there as well. At the same time, Ancient Apparition Eggs is out. Suddenly MVP, their sniping gets stronger and stronger.
He's level 9 too. It's pretty low level AA, but still having that.
And Empire just going to look to spam the weave, spam the disruption illusions, and march high ground on the back of that.
I think they should just wait for next Roche. This is very, very risky.
There's still a global online. They don't want to overcommit, but they might just send illusions in.
They're really close to big items. Centaur almost has BKB, just needs 300 gold. I think even the Dazzle is like somewhat close too, so they could wait for a couple of these, but I think the biggest thing is the Aegis. Like Luna, yeah, sure, she can maybe live through global, but if they storm pull her into a Nyx Assassin, Impale, and then dag on her and just global to cover all their asses, I think that Luna can go down without a fight.
Empire going for the do-si-do here, smoking up, heading straight down the lane. They'll wrap around towards mid, hoping to find someone off split pushing. And QO, he is farming his own woods, though he's not actively split pushing, but they won't find him. They'll just hang towards mid. Meanwhile, the rest of the team, looks like they say, let's go bait the Storm. Maybe show him in a lane, but leading the way is going to be your Death Prophet. She does have a Yule Scepter. Resolution. Oh, he's perched near the river. He'll blink into the river, in fact, and now he'll get caught out here. With Orchid, where's that global silence? They haven't popped yet. They let the Centaur come out, then they pop the ultimate. I don't know if it was a good time to use it. Suddenly Manta, BKB, but everything's being dodged. There's a clip. Will it do enough damage? March up to the high ground, gets blown up. They've lost their Death Prophet. That's all your DPS for the fight. Now they got to turn tail and run. Scouting a few heroes with the poison. They've also seen the hasted storm towards mid. But that silencer ult, if it's too late, then the fights are just over.
It wasn't too late that time. That was
well, they got off the Centaur and the Grave first.
I think it was more Storm didn't pull. He didn't pull him in during the global. I think that was the biggest part. If they had pulled him in, I think Puck would have been easily dead.
Even with the Grave?
I think they can just shatter him too.
That's true.
So, yeah, global was a little bit late. I think Storm,
but it's not all of it, basically.
Yeah, it was. They're being a little bit conservative about their spells.
Well, Empire, your opening match of Star Ladder, sieging the mid lane, barreling forward, trying to find some pickoffs. Oh, they'll take down the tower now. They pop the disruption illusion. They've got their man silent. There's just too many silence. He might be quiet, but he comes in numbers here. Brings 5 illusions into the lane along with the main hero. 4 illusions there. And he'll bring down the Rax. 1 bad fight to the Luna. Suddenly, Rax are gone. They need this last hit. They'll get it too. And that'll be the end of the Rax. 1 lane down. Out comes your Puckle, or your Puckle. They've got a Sans available. Blink, stop initiation. Suddenly the Centaur comes through. They'll zip in on Banesport, but they don't have the global follow-up. They lose QO. Crucial here. He'll buy back immediately. This is it. Another zip. Back into the fight. Diving deep. Backing off. They did kill off 1 during that time. The Luna drops for the buyback. Resolution could be next. Gets disrupted. Does he have a Blink Dagger available? Can't get it off in time. Phase shifting. Waiting for the Blink. No, the Remnant's going to catch him on the retreat out. No orb. Double kill for QO. But the damage largely already done. On the backside, always want to fly. Oh, they did not have the lockdown there. He's able to TP out, but they lost their Rax. The melee's down. They do lose the Luna in the process, but it forces out a Storm buyback, and the next Roche, very hard for MVP to contest now.
Yeah, Storm didn't use his BKB when he zipped in the first time. Instantly sheeped and just dies. He needs to use his BKB when he zips in like that. MVP Phoenix, they put up a decent fight. I think Empire, all they need to do is just wait for Roshan, play it a little bit safe, get BKBs on Centaur, and then they can counter-initiate against the global, and it shouldn't be terribly difficult to take another Rax. But the Death Prophet pick, Death Prophet's not a bad hero, but the way they played her was a little strange. I think they would have just done better with a Death Prophet mid and maybe an aggressive carry even something. I guess like, I don't know, Life Stealer or something like that.
Honestly, Ben, it feels like the mid-game execution is fairly close. It's just it came down to the way the lanes developed. It was such a rough start for MVP.
Yeah, the mid-game execution I think was really good by MVP. They had, or it was much better than I expected. They used global after the first 2 times. I think his globals have been really, really good.
Oh no.
Oh, except for this one. Well, that's unfortunate.
That's something they just can't afford. Then Roche is up, and Empire just gonna say, let's go check it right now.
Dire's top tower
They
is under
go for the
attack.
global silence there, try to keep the Nyx alive, but in doing so, I think they've just pretty much forfeited the next Roche engagement. And already the ping's come out. Main score says they can't stop this now.
Dire's
No global,
top tower
no
has
chance.
been denied.
They have AA ultimate though. AA ult's just really strong in Roche pit. So I
They'll
mean,
have to be careful about how they go in, but can they actually get a good initiation? They'll try for it now. They find Main score. Puck is there, but the BKB does come out from QO. Well, a 1-for-1. Maybe they can stop the Roche. Empire may have overstayed their welcome. Shadow Demon on the retreat out. Can Fourth get off in his tail? Oh, he's not in range. Didn't carapace in time and always want to fly, will retreat out. Now blink forward. There's a pop coil deployed by Resolution. Suddenly Death Prophet pops the roll, goes in the Yules. Now the Eclipse from Silent. He'll let it unwind any second. Now I imagine not using it just yet. Doesn't need it. Big double edge for Meg. Brings down another. It's all up to QO. He is cleaning up a few, but gets stopped. And that'll cost him his life. 3 for 3. But with the Luna alive, with no global available, this probably goes the Roche, and with the Butterfly, almost certainly is.
I'm not really sure why Puck didn't Hex out.
Oh, they got to be careful about this one. This could cost them. This could cost them. Nah, not enough damage. Only level 1.
If Mag gets stunned a couple more times. If Puck had silenced the Death Prophet, or sorry, Sight the Death Prophet, it would have been a clean kill on her, and I don't think they would have lost somebody in return. I think this would have been a pretty trivial Roshan.
It was a very quick reaction on the Yules, though, just to give credit to March. He was
Bottom
quite well
tower is
prepared for
under
that.
attack.
But if the Puck could just silence or hexes right away, there's no chance.
Yeah, they have like pretty much no way to save him at that point. Well, Silent does have his butterfly completely. This Luna is just too fast.
He's getting to the point now. In fact, I think he's there with the Aegis where they just walk down mid, or top lane rather. They disrupt him, they pop the Manta, and they just keep on sieging with illusions. They don't even have to walk into the base. And that's where MVP need to find a pickoff outside the base. Maybe go for a 5-year smoke gank, wrap around, like this direction, try and take a different path. If they just let them set up shop here, they're just not going to be able to stop the push.
They need to kill both supports, I think. Dazzle almost has BKB too, so he's going to be extremely difficult to kill. They don't really have that much for BKB. That's on an ultimate, but she's a very, very high priority target for Empire.
By the way, how do you feel about this? I didn't even see when Heen got it, but I think it was quite a late Midas. Do you like that
way
choice?
too late.
Too late.
Yeah, it's not going to do anything. What item is he going to get now?
He got it after 30 minutes, too, according to K-Pop-Tosis.
It's not going to be... He's not getting value from that Midas.
Game is like won or lost before he actually gets...
I guess, like, what item can he get that will actually make a difference?
Yule Scepter, I would say, or maybe...
I guess.
Diffusal Blade for the Hex, maybe, but...
Yeah, Force Staff even. I think any of these would be more useful than a Midas.
I don't know if he'd be able to farm a Diffusal Blade yet, though. That's maybe just had the gold for it with that additional Midas gold. But yeah, Force Staff he could have had.
Yeah, I think maybe if you went Midas in the mech, it might have been a little bit better, but they needed the mech early.
They needed the mech to fight. I don't think he could have made that choice.
Well, here they go. Luna, 3,400 gold too. I think she can buy back plus BOT over if she dies.
If she sells her treads, yeah.
If she for some reason manages to die twice.
But they really don't want to do that. That's where suddenly your Luna ain't so rich anymore. Silent
Yeah,
Yule?
but it's not like we were scared about getting fat on MVP though. they can afford.
They're just spamming him out here. Out comes the Dagon. They'll even just look to use the Carapace to slowly bring him down. However, the Manta will come through along with the Disruption. Illusion just sieging away at this tower. Look at it just melt. Luna's just such a siege engine, and unlike the Death Prophet, she doesn't have to put herself in harm's way. And she's much more survivable if they go on her. Because of the item progression, you go your BKB, your Manta, you've got better defensive supports. And they deny the tier 3. They actually had a glyph available. They knew it was going to fall soon, but this just makes Empire's time even easier. They'll come sieging forward. Silent in the front line. He'll start on the range racks, and the Glaives start bouncing. Very hard to defend into this. Pharrell, however, gets off a good blink initiation. Now the HF Burst comes through. Will they bring down Silent once? HF Burst looks like he got hit only by the debuff. Now for a forced run on the backside, has from QO. Looking for a single kill, but Dazzle gets off the great. Couldn't burst him down in time. And now he's hexed up. He's turned around upon in a hurry. Oh, they're just melting. The Glaives are too much. Empire have overrun the defenses, and MVP just not much left in the tank. It looks like in our opening match, MVP showed showing a surprising amount of spunk, but it is GG, and the celebrations are here from Silent. Pop the Eclipse. Empire start the group stage off 1-0, and MVP. It's not going to get any easier. DK and Alliance for the next two matches. Oh boy.
MVP looked better than I thought they would, though. 80-20 odds.
Honestly, for how much people are talking them down, by the way, yourself included. I saw that tweet.
Yeah,
They played way better than I think most people expected.
But I mean, Demon said they were going to take a game. Who are they going to take a game off of? If they can't take a game off Empire, they're definitely not taking one off DK or Alliance, or it's very, very low chance.
No, that's going to be tough. I don't know if they take a game in the group stage. Maybe in the playoffs. Potentially, I mean, who do they play there?
Rock's Kiss.
One of the bottom two teams from Group B. Maybe that's where they have a win and make a miniature run. But you still got to say, they're, even with a good performance here, much better than expected, still heavy underdogs against DK Alliance.
I think Empire was actually like slightly shaky too.
I feel like maybe it's the land jitters. Maybe they're just not comfortable yet. But